Howdy once again, it's Mr. Pete, your YouTube shop teacher. Now you may have watched a recent video which was my number 801 tips entitled Restore Rusty Angle Plate. It was all about this little angle plate here, removing the rust, and it was kind of a superficial restoration. Actually, it wasn't a restoration, it was simply a cleaning up and a de-rusting. But I'm going to carry this one step farther now. And this is a collaboration between me and ELLIE Price. You might remember him. And by the way, I will put a link to these videos down in the description if they interest you. But I'm going to send this out east, 800 miles from here. And ELLIE Price is going to fill the holes here where we got some shop-made holes that are drilled and tapped. And he's going to clean this up and grind it and make it beautiful. And he's going to paint it. And he's going to do all the things I don't like to do. And then in a few weeks I'll be back and I'll do a follow-up video. Actually, I'll be in this video, but there'll be a time lapse there of several weeks. And I thank ELLIE Price for that. And you may remember that ELLIE also was responsible for several of my other videos, namely making a Bridgeport tramming attachment. Do you remember that? And that was video 662, also a link in the description. So looking a little closer at this again, there's a lot of pitting here that was caused by rusting over the years, and of course that didn't come out just by using evaporust. And there's a nick right here by a cutter. I don't know if he's going to do anything with that, but he'll fill these two holes and he's going to grind it, and he's going to send pictures and some video clips, so you'll get to see all of that. Actually, I have had to expand a little bit on this video. So this is not the same angle plate that you saw earlier that I sent out to ELLIE Price out east. This is another one. This is a South Bend that I've had for many years. And this is, of course, the before picture of it, when it only cost $11 or $12 in 1956. This is, again, a South Bend product. It is in very sad shape, beat up, banged up, and so on, but no holes drilled in it. And ELLIE is going to take this and refurb it for me, probably. I hope he paints it. I think he said he would. And there aren't any holes to fill like there was on the other one, but he is going to grind it precision, get all the marks out of it, and it will be inspection grade when he gets done with it. So I'm going to ship this off, and he's going to work on it at a later date along with the other one, and then I will show them at the same time. Now, he will be supplying most of the pictures and the video, not me. In a way, this is ELLIE's video. And ELLIE is even older than me. He's in his 80s, if you can imagine that, but he's still sharper than a tack, and he takes this as a challenge and said he would just love to do it without charge. This top surface you may recognize if you watch my videos that I did machine on the shaper at one time. That's why this is in pretty good shape compared to the other edges. This was used, of course, before I acquired it. But boy, somebody took a hammer or a clamp to that, so. But it's not really very deep, and this is thick enough to where even if ELLIE had to take off 20 thousandths, it's not going to change the dimensions that would matter. So very nicely made here in America. I'm not sure what year, but a long time ago, put it that way, probably in the 60s or 70s. So, all right, that's the end of this little before clip. Hope you enjoyed it, and you'll see this next time after it is finished. This is going to be packed in a priority box, and I hope that the post office doesn't lose this on me, and I'll talk a lot about that in another video, what they have done to me, like they only do it to me, like they're picking on me. I know that's not true, but they have, well, I don't want to talk about that now because it'll depress me, and then I'll have to go to bed like Churchill did when he got depressed and drink brandy and eat marmalade toast. Okay, we're going to go to about 20 minutes of ELLIE's footage. I did edit it a little bit. There are some grinding spots that I have sped up about 2 times, so bear with that. And then at the end of the video, there is about 40 or 50 still pictures, both from Ellie and from me. So check those out. And then I will summarize this at the end of Ellie's footage and examine the angle plates right here on this bench, compare them with before and so on, and show you that inspection device. So I hope you watch the whole video because it's a long one and there's some interesting things all the way through it, including the end. So enjoy.
Hello, I'm Ellie Price at Price Machine in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'd like to do a little grinding video today for Mr. Lyle Peterson, better known as Mr. Pete. Back in June of this year, he made a video, number 801, where he took the rust off of a small angle plate, and he showed it on the video, and he showed how he took the rust off and how it looked afterward, but it really needed surface grinding. So after I watched his video, I told him I'd be glad to surface grind it for him, and he took me up on that and sent me the little angle plate. Here it is right here. Right here, already mounted on the grinder. And I'm going to grind it, both faces and both ends and the bottom, all over. In fact, I have two angle plates from him. The second one is a South Bend angle plate, and a little bit bigger, but I'll grind it also, but off camera. I won't grind it on camera. So right now I'm going to start the grinder and start the process, and you can watch that, how that works. First of all, I need to dress the wheel. So here's how that's done. Then I'll need to turn on the cooler. I'm grinding two plugs off that I've put in a couple of tap holes and just to make it look better. So these plugs are a little bit above the surface, so I'm grinding them off. And then I'll grind the full surface until it cleans up. Starting to touch right now. The wheel is not dressed correctly, I can see that. grinding wheel wasn't dressed properly, so I redressed it. So hopefully it'll look a little better this time. Maybe I'm messing up. Just turn it off right now. Okay, that's pretty well cleaned up on that side. I'm indicating the surface of this side to see how accurate it is. I think it's pretty good. It's just about perfect. So what I need to do is grind that until it cleans up. You should clean it up. Okay, I should have tried. In fact. This is the larger one of the plate, the south bend plate. Got a few scars in it, see that? Okay, I've ground one side of the second angle plate, the south bend plate, and it's got a pretty good finish. Now, what I'm going to do right now is turn it over and grind the opposite side, which is not parallel. So I'm going to mount it back on the same angle plate. Clamp it like that, and bump it back down on the same surface that was brown. Now if I clean this to where it cleans up, it should be parallel with this other side. And I should not have to move it. Okay, I'm going to sponge grind this side until it cleans up. And I'm going to take a finished cut like this. That's it. These two surfaces should be parallel. Now I'll do the same for this other side right here. Okay, 0. Pretty good. A lot better than the other side. Maybe tap it just a little bit. Perfect. Very good. Okay. No light. I'm not quite happy with the finish on this one, and it's not quite square, probably a couple of tenths, but I'm going to regrind it with a different wheel, get a better finish. Not happy with it like it is. It's just a little bit out of square. Now one way to make sure your wheel is touching is to simply do it with the wheel turned off and do this. So go right there, 25, so we go back to about 23, and we know it won't touch. Much better finish. Much better. Now I'm going to turn it over and line the other side.
Very good.
Okay, here's a way to check an angle plate or any other square surface. If you don't have another angle plate to check it against, you can do it with a square like this. It has a magnet in the bottom, and this surface is perfectly square with this surface. So what I'm going to do is put it on the side of the angle plate and check it with an indicator over the top of this, like that. So here's what I'm going to do. You see the magnet sticks to the angle plate, holds it securely. So I'm going to find the high point. Okay, that's 0. 0, 5 1/4 inches to here. We're going to check it again. So we've done a 1/2 thousandth, which is almost perfect.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that footage from Ellie. Now, you know, I do not have a surface grinder, so I'm not capable of doing that. So thank you again very much, Ellie, out there in Charlotte. Well, about 2 or 3 months have passed since I sent these angle plates off to Ellie, and they're back and beautifully packed here so that even, well, never mind. So here's the south bend. Now I'll give you some close-ups of that. It really looks pretty, and he took the time to do some engine turning right here on the edges, and that, sometimes called jeweling, is beautiful. Boy, is that smooth. And he painted these with hammer tone. Beautiful. You know how I dislike painting. And then here is the other one, and we'll have some close-ups of that to show you how he filled those holes. And then in another box, and Ellie spent quite a bit on postage, so we appreciate that for the good of the cause. So here is the inspection device, and it even has a neat wood protector that he must have turned down. I'm sure this is custom made. Smells good like urethane or varnish or something, and then it's protected on this end also by a plastic sleeve. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. You know, Ellie is an old tool and die maker, so he's highly skilled. And I think you can see what a nice finish we have here. And this is the original one that I did that video, and I did some de-rusting. Now there's nothing he could do about that peck mark there, but he did fill those other 2 holes, and to be honest with you, I can't even tell where they've been filled. Again, look at that nice engine turning there and the paint job. Very pretty little angle plate, slotted and holes. And here's the south bend, and I showed you the original catalog page on this. And that really cleaned up nice, isn't it? He's got all the corners broken. Spot faced on this side. They're so nice that I almost need to make a protective case. But you know what? Already this one picked up just a little bit of surface rust there, so I got to get these all oiled up. So that can't happen anymore. But I'm really pleased with these, and I think that you can see how nice they are. Now let me put the inspection gauge on there. Now notice, pull that sleeve off and the wood off. There are magnets, 4 neodymium magnets there, and this has been ground and polished and squared and you name it. I'm not sure exactly how he made it, but it could be used in this manner, or he already did the inspection. Make sure everything's clean. Wow, those magnets are strong. And then you saw him check this with an indicator to the 10th. So it was and is very accurate. And I don't know if this is his design or what. I don't believe you can buy these commercially, but that's really a neat square inspection type gauge. I'm not sure exactly what you called it, or he called it rather. Well, that completes this collaboration. Hope you enjoyed it, and stand by now for about 40 or more still pictures that you can examine in detail. And thank you also to Ellie's grandson, I think, who sent me all these pictures and videos in a format that I could use, and I believe that his grandson is the one that did the camera work as well in his machine shop. So long for now, and I'll see you in my next video, I hope.